first, let's talk about the impact on social and emotional development.
There's a 40% decline in college students on measurements of empathy in the past 20 years. We have to think, what are we doing that would decrease people's empathy? And one of the things we're doing, let me just take a silly thing, is apologizing by text or by email. Yeah. When you apologize, the dynamics of an apology is I look at you, I see that I've hurt you.
Yeah.
When you watch kids, I mean, I've done this so much, from doing field work in schools. You watch a kid apologize, and you really have two miserable people. Everybody's miserable. You see that you've hurt somebody. Yeah. They see that you're in pain and really suffering, don't want to be there, and it triggers the compassion response, and people move forward. I'm sorry, hit send. Nothing of this happens.
Devices now, when used inappropriately, and I think that's the key phrase, when used wrongly, get in the way of very basic, important human feelings, and that transforms the nature of the relationship. That's a profound concept on many levels.
The greatest disinhibition to bullying is actually the human face. Babies seek faces. We're all seeking faces. And you take that away, and all kinds of things that are most essential to our humanity become disinhibited.
That's true, because you think about things that people would write or text or email that they would never say to your face, right? Because they wouldn't want to have that interaction.
Right. One of the best things that's come out of recent work on empathy, because the psychological community is really turning its attention to this now, is that conversation cures. In 5 days at a sleepaway camp, where there are no devices, you get really a restoration of people's ability, to a significant degree of people's ability to do this. Because as human beings, we are wired to do this. Yeah. We want to do this.
So I think probably people would love some concrete guidance.
So sacred spaces in your home that are simply device-free spaces. The most important piece of emotional, empathic real estate in your home after the kitchen is your car. Your children should not be on a device. There's a phrase that's used by parents to shut up a kid. It's called the pass back, where you pass back the iPhone.
No one here has ever done that, Sharon. Nobody in the audience here has ever done that.
It's such a familiar word that people use it in conversation and interviews with me. The pass back. The car should be a device-free zone, and you cannot start this when your child is 10. You start this when your child is 0 to 2 months old. No, the car is a place. If the child asks you about how horrible this is, the car is a place in our family where we get to know each other better.
I do think the other thing that we have to do is at the school level, which many of the people here today do, you have to have an ongoing conversation about this with other parents and other kids and the teachers in your kids' schools. I actually think that's one of the other things. This is a very different way to grow up than it was when we were kids. So you have to have this discussion. This is not just a family conversation. This has to happen in schools, and it has to happen culturally, which is why Katie's such an important person in the role she plays and has played for years, because people need to have this discussion at a mass level through the media, which they do not have enough, and you have to do it in school.
And also among other parents. I think parents can be such a powerful force. Right. I think probably everybody is as lost as you are feeling about some of these issues. And I think getting together with concerned parents who, and having people like Sherry and Jim talk to schools and talk, I think it's really helpful to say, gosh, I'm worried about this.
Yeah.
And what can we do to help each other? And how can we support each other as we're trying to manage this for our kids?